uniqueness to the surface. For it is our experience in your forms that uniqueness is submerged, so that belonging is dominant, and if all are the same, belonging is easier. In your civilization's growth, it even at one point, this idea of sameness surfaced in the political dogmas of a time, uniforms, communisms, militaries. It is still present among you. We are not making it wrong, but we ask you to understand why there is a need for sameness, that you are aware of what part of you wants to be the same, and become aware of the discomfort if you are not. The uniqueness does not bring discomfort. The reaction to your uniqueness is where the discomfort surfaces. And it is in this place of exploration that we direct you to truly discover how you can be in your life, how you can use your life. You want to discover uniqueness. There are many in your language that would language this as their purpose. But purpose is a doing, my children. We do not speak of a doing. We speak of a being. We speak of a feeling of you, different from anyone else. When creation created separated form, it did not create all the same. If we would, for explanation purposes only, please, consider the chemical makeup, the energetic frequencies in each of you. They are different. You have basic structures, but even in your bodies, the eyes are different colors, the hairs are different colors, the pigmentation is different. The size of certain organs varies by a millimeter here, a centimeter there. This is the celebration of a unique creation. But when the mind grasps uniqueness, it seeks to then do uniqueness. And the doing of uniqueness creates the concept of purpose. But in the conceptualization of my purpose, there's limitation, because it then labels you, boxes you into a behavior, into a label, into a title, into a purpose. We realize fully that purpose is a methodology to understand. But in this, we ask you to realize how limiting understanding and the requirement to understand can become. It is about experiencing the uniqueness of you in an energy form, in your human form. It is about experiencing how you reflect and demonstrate the Creator in this creation called you. We would ask you these few next days to treat yourself like you were a creation, not a being, not a human, not even a self, but a creation. When a particularly beautiful flower appears in your garden, it is treated with the utmost care. Weeds are trimmed away. Interfering branches are trimmed away so that the beauty of that flower can demonstrate itself without interruption. Let yourself consider you as such a creation, and for the next day or two, seek to keep out of your way that which would interrupt you from being the uniqueness that you are. Your mind will seek to do your uniqueness. We are suggesting that this is not something that can be done, but something that can be experienced. Now, we are not suggesting that there is nothing you will do for the next 48 hours. We are very aware of life as human. But let yourself find expression of your uniqueness in the doing. Let yourself become aware of routinized or unconscious methodologies. Let yourself look to find your expression, your invention, your creation, so that the uniqueness of you can be the creation that you are. Let yourself be less concerned with the result that comes from knowing purpose, and let your purpose be to simply be unique. As we are suggesting, this can and most often will raise discomfort in the body. For if you are unique, what is your connection to the tribe? How can you feel part of the circle? Because you are not the same as anyone else in the circle. But we are suggesting to you that when uniqueness is allowed, then uniqueness blossoms in those around you. When you do not expect yourself to be the same day in and day out, when you do not expect yourself to be the same as those around you, you then ultimately give permission to those around you to also be unique. You break free of a mold that then gives others the freedom to leave their molds. Understand the energies that are present in your civilization now. Allow for this in a way that it has never been allowed for before. In your civilization, in the early stages of clan, cave experiences, sameness and following were critical to keeping alive. Your world is no longer dangerous as it once was. Your world is conquered. Your world is spacious. Your world has room for creation, deliberate creation. We are suggesting that in the early stages of your civilization, creation came from necessity, but now creation comes from desire. It can spool boredom in your mind, for unique creation is not necessary, and so your mind still operates in what is necessary. But your civilization has progressed such that what is necessary is very limited. There are few who cannot reach within feet or yards for food. We are not discounting poverty, we are not discounting droughts and such, but those that we speak to are not experiencing this. Your minds wish to disregard what we say by finding the exceptions to our words, but our words apply to those who hear us, not to those who do not. And it is our sense that those who hear us are within reach of food, are within reach of warmth, are within reach of clothing to protect the body. And so necessary behavior is almost non-existent now. It then gives you a space to be uniquely creative. We are not asking you all to become artistry. Your mind, we can feel, seeks to label what we speak, box it into a deliberate action. We ask you to be in the uniqueness of you and let it be celebrated in the colors you choose to wear, in how you use your language, in your style, and then in what you produce. Let yourself look for the spaces in even your most regimented days where there can be a celebration of your uniqueness. For even those of you who are employed in a job of 8 hours a day, you were hired in that job by a being who saw something in you. You were not just hired for what was on paper, but what was represented as you presented yourself to them. The demonstration of you unconsciously allowed your uniqueness to be seen. We are then suggesting that that uniqueness can now be demonstrated, because it is why you were hired, it is why you were invited, it is why you are welcomed. We are suggesting that the uniqueness can put you in a place of discomfort, because it can enable you to stand different. But this is where inventiveness comes. This is where solution arrives. It is why how you do your job, how you are you in your life, how you raise your children and serve your friends is different from anyone else. This is the expression of your uniqueness. We do not mean to suggest for a moment that you are not demonstrating your uniqueness. What we are suggesting is that the uniqueness is being demonstrated in an unconscious manner. And we are suggesting that if you will begin your day by connecting to the unique spark that you are and allow that to shine, you can be more conscious and so more demonstrating of that uniqueness. It, as we have experienced it, can bring more ease to your life, for it has great potential, inventive potential, solving potential. It has great potential. The humans, you use it well, but not often. You use it in necessity. But what if you began with deliberateness? Imagine how the uniqueness could blossom out of necessity moments if it is allowed to be present in all moments. And so we offer to you this day these considerations. We have, in previous councils, spoken to you of this Creator spark, giving it reverence, giving it metaphysical power. But this day we wish to bring it closer to the practicum of you, to take it out of the dogmas that allow your mind to consider what we are saying and reach for it. We wish to now make it something that can be practiced without power, without reverence, without clearing, without balance, without alignment, without awareness, because you are you. And so what you seek is not awareness of the Creator, but awareness of yourself. We are seeking this day to take what we have spoken of in other times and bring it down to a level of experience that does not include dogma or reverential education, worship. We wish to simplify. If there is something to learn about your uniqueness, it is that it is present, not learned. It is available and accessible, and not something you have to strive to become. It merely awaits recognition, and in that recognition, permission to shine through. But in your style, in your following of society mores, society styles, society rules, you become sameness. You do not stand out. There are even sayings in your world. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. And so all strive not to be the squeaky wheel unless they are desperate for the oil. But what if this is a programming statement to create herd mentality, to snuff out uniqueness? The political dogmas that have failed and the rifts and ripples in the organized places that still exist. There are ripples from people's unique behaviors, whether it is within the churches, priests, ministers ministering a different way, whether it is within the military, one soldier disobeying the order. There are ripples because the uniqueness will not be snuffed out. It can be submerged, it can be denied, but it will not stay such. We are merely suggesting that even though allowing it to surface in the beginning stages can bring discomfort, that discomfort will be very short-lived, because then you